More and more people are beginning to not only wake up in regards to their health, but they're beginning to wake up and realize that the standard model of taking care of their pet's health with standard cat and dog food and treats, etc., is totally backwards. You name it. So I'm not going to make this a huge rant about the dog food and cat food industry and the pet care industry in relation to food, treats, etc., and medicine, but I am going to say, ladies and gentlemen, that the overarching foundation, if you will, of the pet care industry is an absolute abomination. It's worse than standard American food, you name it. The stuff that they put in dog and cat food is, again, it is a total abomination. So people really need to realize that they can improve not only the health of their own body, their own mind, you name it, with food, supplements, you name it, but they can do the same with their pets. And I've seen so many miraculous turnarounds with people's own health and their animals' health. So, you know, our animals are like little miniature angels in a sense, ladies and gentlemen. They love us unconditionally, and it's your job as their owner to do the best that you can with what, you know, do the best you can for them, excuse me. So I talk a lot about medicinal mushrooms on my channel. I believe in the power of them. Things like chaga, things like reishi, things like, you know, cordyceps, maitake, turkey tail. There's a handful of incredible mushrooms that we can use for our health, but dogs and cats can benefit from them as well, ladies and gentlemen. And the greatest way to start allowing them to absorb the benefits of the medicinal mushrooms is through a medicinal mushroom complex. So I recommend that you, the viewer, look into medicinal mushrooms for yourself, and there's a handful of different, you know, mushroom complexes for humans that have a broad spectrum of extracts and actual just dehydrated mushroom material in them. There's so many great ones on the market. Just buy one, start experimenting with it, ladies and gentlemen. But if I were you, I would try to get one that at least has chaga, reishi, cordyceps, and turkey tail in it as a foundation. But not only do I recommend the medicinal mushrooms for you, the viewer, but I would highly suggest looking into these for your pets. So dogs and cats can benefit, again, greatly from mushrooms. Mushrooms are so nutrient dense, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen them work wonders on people's anxiety, with their general health, heart health. I've seen some incredible stuff with people who have cancer when they start taking the medicinal mushrooms, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm currently working on a cat with cancer here in Virginia, and we're working with the medicinal mushrooms, some Asiac tea, and a few other constituents that I'll get into in the near future. But long story short, a complex is going to allow your animal to get the most of the medicinal mushrooms. If you isolate medicinal mushrooms, you're just not going to get as much out of it. When you mix them, ladies and gentlemen, you get a broad spectrum of anti-cancerous constituents, immune modulating constituents, or just uplifting components, antioxidants. So you'll have to excuse me. I didn't get much sleep last night, so my words are a little stumbled, but I'm going to show you right now on the screen what's in this. So you can pause and look at that if you wish, and you can look up these ingredients, these particular mushrooms. But it's got reishi, it's got some king trumpet, some lion's mane, some shiitake, just a broad spectrum of mushrooms, folks. So anyways, I give this a 10 out of 10. I've seen some incredible results with this. A lot of people online have given some great testimonials when using this. It comes in this little, see if I can do it with one hand, comes in this little round box, and then it's got the mushroom powder in a separate container, and it comes with a little spoon for accurate measurements. It's got a 1/4 and a 1/8 teaspoon. So I'll just show you. I've used a pretty good amount of this already, folks, but that's what the powder looks like. It's just a blend of mushrooms, and you can put it in your dog or your cat's food. You can also, if you have a stubborn animal that doesn't want to eat, you can get syringes and mix it into an aqueous or a liquid solution and just pop it down their mouth. Doesn't hurt them. It takes 2 seconds. So Anyways, you guys, 10 out of 10. I'm trying to get this box to close. It's difficult to do this one-handed. I should have used the tripod, but that's the Bixby Immunity. Supports a healthy immune system. Veterinarian recommended for dogs and cats. Made in the USA. It's USDA organic. It's a 2-month supply. This is probably one of the better ones on the market. I've looked at a handful of them. A lot of them aren't USDA or organic, and they have questionable ingredients with questionable sources, where they come from, you name it. So you get what you pay for. This, if you love your animal, you should start introducing things like this into their diet. Again, the dog and the cat food industry is an absolute abomination. The stuff that they put into dog, cat food, pet food in general is disgusting. A lot of the veterinarian recommended supplements as well are filled full of crap. The medications people give their dogs, it's just an absolute joke. There are so many unnecessary medical treatments on the typical household animal nowadays too, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll talk more about that in the future. I want to start a kind of like a pet care, a natural pet care branch to my channel. But I've done a couple of these videos. In a past video, I showed you how to feed a stubborn cat that is refusing to eat. And in that video, which was kind of part 1 of this new series I'm going to start, I showed you the under the weather cat and dog food tubes that you can use to feed an animal. I don't recommend that you use that long term. That's just something that you can use to get out of a pinch when you're in a bind. And that particular product helped save a cat of mine. But there's better solutions, and we'll talk more about those in the future. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, the Bixby Immunity is a 10 out of 10. This is a great product, and I'm seeing it work wonders on a cat that I'm working with currently. Peace be with you all.